last but not least, is Sister Molina. She is from the International Young Christian Workers. Sister Molina, you have the floor.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, President, distinguished delegates from many countries in the world. My name is Susan. I'm 23 years old and I come from Nicaragua. I started working at the age of 18 in different areas, and in 2020 I was fired for having resisted the sexual harassment from supervisors and senior managers. During the COVID, there were massive layoffs that left thousands of young people without a job, and that included me, without any unemployment benefits and no hope of being rehired. Others were sent home without even being paid, and during this time I survived as an informal worker. Today I work for Daesung, a Korean company. I earn 3,500 Cordobas every 15 days. That's the equivalent of $97 US. I do have Social Security and I have a work contract, but the working conditions are inhumane. We work 10 to 11 hours a day, including Saturdays, if we haven't reached our production targets. Abusive behavior, shouting, humiliation are the daily fare of all of the workers. The stress in the workplace is making us sick, and the business does not allow for any trade union. Any form of organization is unacceptable to the company. And we who are the most vulnerable are driven into situations in which we are humiliated as young workers. We lose all dignity to try to survive in an unequal, unfair, enslaving economic system. Just like me with this testimony, millions of other young people throughout the world continue to be suffering in situations of vulnerability in those areas where we work and live. Day after day, we are up against a lack of opportunity to meet our dreams, our objectives. We leave behind priorities such as studying or training or having access to jobs with social protection. The rights of workers are crushed in an environment with massive unemployment, informality, low income levels. The campesinos are dispossessed of their land, and millions live in suburban areas and rural areas without minimal access to what is needed for dignified life. Zero-hour contracts and the platforms are restructuring the labor markets, increasingly weakening trade unions and leading to worsening labor conditions. Poor quality education, lack of access to healthcare, discrimination in terms of labor market access mean that social justice for young people is extremely fragile. The great economic and social gaps in the world are growing in our very competitive world. And with the lack of equality, equity, and social justice, we ask ourselves if it is possible for young people to survive and to achieve their hopes and aspirations. For this, there's a need for policy that will guarantee social justice for all. The need for work, for decent wages that offer a long-term prospect that can make it possible to start a family and have a better work and family life balance. We need to promote and guarantee social protection for all, irrespective of their gender, their race, their origin. We need to slow down the privatization and commercialization of common goods and services and promote public services and a social economy based on solidarity. We need to guarantee the full participation of civil society workers and have the voice of young people in state processes to ensure alignment with democracy. We demand social justice that can guarantee a dignified life and empower people and transform our societies in a sustainable and just way based on the principles of equality, of justice, of solidarity, and participatory democracy. The International Young Christian Workers will continue to work to ensure that young workers do have a dignified life and decent working conditions. that respect our rights as human beings and value us as human beings. But we believe that the implementation also of the ILO conventions can help us make progress in our mission and going further in securing our protection and that of all of the other vulnerable workers. Thank you.